everyone, this is Heather from weddingsbyheather.com, where my goal is to equip you with the best techniques and tips to make you a better and more efficient photographer. In this Q&A video, we are going to take a look at saturation inside of Lightroom. But first, make sure you check out my free workflow video series available on my website. This week's question comes from Jesse, and he writes, "Hey, any idea what's going on with the red in this? It loses any dimension." Okay, so when I first read this question, Jesse is a friend of mine, I paused dramatically in my mind and thought, Jesse, I need more data. The more data you can provide me with, the better. What were the conditions? What were you shooting? I mean, I just need to know everything. Luckily, I can come inside of Lightroom and press I on my keyboard to view some information so I can see the camera that he was using, his exposure settings, as well as his lens. I also obviously noticed that this was a JPEG file, so he was not shooting in RAW. And I could tell immediately that this photo suffered from the compression of the JPEG image and also the fact that JPEG only records 256, that's 8 bits of color information. For more information on JPEG versus RAW, please watch this video. Okay, but because we have a JPEG file, let's see what we can do to improve it. I obviously see a really heavy yellow color cast, most likely from the lighting, so I could pull down on the temperature, or alternatively, I could change the white balance to auto and see what it did. Ooh, it made it a little bit too blue. Let's go ahead and pull down on the exposure a little bit, pressing my backslash key to see my before and my after, just to make sure I'm going in a good direction with this photo. And remember, the backslash key is above your enter or return key on your keyboard. But more importantly, we're going to use a technique that we've used in a previous video to sort of desaturate this red. So let's jump over into the HSL sliders, make sure we're on saturation, choose our targeted adjustment tool, come over into the photo and place the targeted adjustment tool over the offending red color, which is really just too saturated, and click and pull down in order to desaturate that just a little bit so it's not as offensive. Not that red's offensive. And it looks like I went a little bit too far, so I'm going to pull that back up. I am going to press I to turn off that information and press my backslash key to look at my before and after. And I think that looks pretty good. We were able to pull this photo in. Well, we could jump back into the basic panel, and again, I think the exposure is a little high, and we could pull down on that. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.